All right, folks, that was a little bit different beginning of a video, middle of the video, maybe toward the end of the video. I don't know how long this video is going to be because, you know, as I go, oh, preload. You can add more preload to it or back it off. Cool. There's been a lot of talk about this particular bike in the bike world. People that do mountain biking and other bikes in between and whatnot. As you guys know, I've done the Ozark Trail gravel bike, and I really like that bike a lot. And I've been kind of like eyeballing this one for a while, but they never had it in the stores, and they were out of stock online for a while. And this is a large frame because I'm a larger, taller guy, and the medium or small frame would be too small for me. Right now, from the factory, as it's set up, weight-wise, rebound-wise, I weigh 260 pounds, folks. And this bike feels pretty good under me. I like full suspension mountain bikes just because I don't like the amount of recoil you get in the keister. Every little bump you hit, this soaks it up. I took it for a ride around the backyard just for a little bit, just to kind of give it a little bit of a, whoa, that's not mud at all. That's gross as all get out. What did I run over? I mean, it's future mud, but ugh, that's garbage. Ugh. Just disinfect our hands with Simple Green here. But anyway, I've been looking at this bike for a while, and I've been watching reviews on it, and they talk and praise it and all kinds of fun, good stuff like that. So I thought, when I was on vacation a while back, they showed it back in stock. They had a gray version and a white version. The white version was in stock. I have a couple of gray bikes, and I wanted something a little different. That's going to show up every bit of dirt and grease and grime there is, but let's just take a second and walk around this. Now, this does have 180, where does it show? 180 millimeter rear disc, mechanical brake, right? Same way with the front, 180 on the front as well. Now, as you saw in the video, this wheel was not true. It was out about 45 thousandths or so. I got it down to around 5 to 7 thousandths, which wasn't bad, and I got the front disc down to less than 4-ish. That's satisfactory. The rear wheel, great shape. Front wheel, bearing was not adjusted properly. When I spun the axle, you could feel the little grinding noise. I did put some Rock Bros pedals on here. The link in the description will be in the description down below. But because I don't like this plastic pedals, this does have a pretty nice chain guard right here. You know, as far as the chain stay, A lot of rubber protection. That's thick, bouncy rubber, hollow grip. We'll see how long that lasts. The derailleur, serious gearing going on here. I don't even know what the teeth are here, but it looks like I can't. It's a 46 tooth. 46 tooth on the back, and I think that's a 30 up front. Very low gearing. Almost when you're going up hills, it's unless you're pedaling real fast, it's almost hard to even keep your balance. But it will get you out of some trouble. That has a wide range of gearings, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 speed. Decent sized jockey wheels down here. I mean, for less than $500, is it really a bad bike overall? And the other big selling point on this bike, it does have a through axle here. This is everything on this bike is completely upgradable over time. You know, say you want to put sealed bearings in here instead of the roller bearings, you can do that. You want to put an air fork on the front with a tapered bearing headset with your disc brake and stuff, you can do that. You can also convert this to an air shock as well. You know, what I kind of like about the way it is now, and this is just, I don't live in the mountains. I live in the middle of Iowa. And there aren't many mountains. There are some hills and some gullies and stuff you can ride in, but you're not really doing any serious downhill around here. So this bike kind of fits the bill for me. And if you're thinking about getting into mountain biking, this is a good entry-level bike. This, for the money and what it has for features, is a really good entry-level bike. Now, some of you might be thinking, Walmart, blah, blah, blah. I've had some good luck at Walmart. I mean, say what we want, they are putting out some halfway decent stuff. You know, I've got the Ozark Trail gravel bike here, and I've also got the Concord e-bike here. And these are what we call, or what Bike Farmer, I think his name's Andy, calls these slow bikes. They're just for going out on trails and cruising and having a good time. This is for getting off-road, a little more serious. But, you know, we'll have to seat in these brakes a little more. They seem to work really well right out of the box. I did some adjustments on it. I like to have a certain amount of throw here, and I've got that. I had to adjust the shifter in from where it was. I didn't like where it was. I like my tip of my finger to just barely grab it for shifting, and then I can reach over my thumb and shift up and down. And then when I'm on the grip, nothing's rubbing a blister on my thumb here. I'm gonna ride it for a while. Something tells me I wouldn't mind having, I don't need a longer neck, but I wouldn't mind a handlebar that was just a little bit more up. But we'll ride this one for a little bit, get a feel for it, and make some adjustments. I don't like to make too many adjustments right out of the gate. I like to ride it and then make some adjustments. Basically, the same thing I did on this Ozark Trail here. And there again, if you look up, from what I've been watching these guys on YouTube talk about, this is a, you know, FS.2 slalom bike. Now, slalom riding is different than mountain biking, which is different than trail riding, and different. It's just different. This was copied a lot after from when I watch other guys. I'm just relaying some messages here, folks. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that knows what he likes, and I'm willing to pass on my information to you guys. This slalom riding is a little bit different type of trail riding, or different type of racing, slalom racing. Look it up. I haven't even looked it up yet, but I saw one guy do a review on it, and he was talking about the slalom and what this is actually competing against and what it's doing. There again, you can go buy a $1,500 Polygon bike. You can go buy $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 mountain bike if you would like. Now, what I plan to do with this bike is ride it for a while, get some use out of it as is, and then I'm pretty sure, because I like the air forks that I put on some bikes and the air forks I have on some bikes, I wouldn't mind putting an air fork on this bike. Air forks are more sensitive. You actually have dampening control, which this bike here does not have any dampening control. It just has, what does it say here? It's like preload control, so you can adjust the preload. Same way here, you can adjust the dampening on here a little bit. the air fork or an air shock can actually give you a lot more adjustability. Some people don't like this style of 4-link that's in here because these are 2 independent pieces instead of 1 piece up through here to make it more rigid and more solid. For what I'm going to use it for, it's probably going to be just fine for a while. It's got a pretty good sized bearing setup down here, which helps stabilize things back here. And this is all linked. This is another pivot point here for it. The saddle on it's actually a pretty nice saddle. I can't complain about that. I've got the saddle slid back a little bit for me, and I've got it tilted down because I like to sit here and not have it sit where this is wanting to sit, because that can cause you some problems in the future. I did put a Rock Brothers bottle mount on here that's like those so far. They're nice bottle mount. This one being not necessarily a mountain biking style because it's a top load. But there again, well, like I ride, it's going to be fine. And what else can I tell you about this bike? It has 29-inch wheels. And this wheel, when you're looking over and riding this thing and looking over, this wheel seems like it's just way out in front of you, ready to just rock and climb over a lot of stuff. It can absorb a lot. That little bit of diameter difference over my 26-inch wheels on my other mountain bike. I will probably eventually in this video probably set these side by side and get you a shot side by side, just so you see the difference in what a difference a couple of decades makes. And but yeah, the bike comes together real easily. Other than the wheel not being true and the front rotor not being as true as I'd like it to be, easy fixes for me. But altogether, I mean, it's ride ready. This one I will take out on the trail just like it is right here. No changes at this moment in time. So, but like I said, I'm not going to put the kickstand on it. It came with a kickstand. This is an all steel. That's aluminum, it looks like. Steel piece here. This would normally mount right here and kick back. I might put one on it, but it's going to be a lightweight aluminum. None of this metal stuff in here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see how much of this is metal. Let's just throw it on the old bench here and see it, do a metal check. That's aluminum. That's steel. That's alloy, really? I would have bet money that wasn't alloy. So really, that's probably pretty light overall. I might stick it on just for the simple fact it does make it nice. I'm not doing downhill racing. It does make it nice for when you don't have to always lean your bike up against stuff. So I might stick it back on. If you see it on there later, don't hate me for it. I did take the reflectors off of the wheels. I didn't put any reflectors on the bike. This is off-road trail only. It's a very specific bike. When I want to go mountain biking after work, for instance, I can hop on the trail right away. I'm doing nothing but trail riding. I wouldn't mind having a rear view mirror. I'll kind of count on others on the trail to ding their bell or yell out at me, you know, on your left or whatever. Or if I hear them behind me, move off the side of the trail because they're obviously going to be faster than me. Alrighty, we're going to set this one aside. We got another bike to put together for a friend of mine at work. It's another, and I won't bother you guys with this, but it's another Concord e-bike that it's a person of my age that wants to still ride and get out on the road and ride with some of her friends. And this is I've had real good luck with the Concord so far. I recommended it to her. I even told her that I'll buy it, I'll put it together, I'll deliver it to your house. And if you decide in a few weeks or so that you don't want it, you don't have to pay me for it. You just give me the bike back and you're done with it. No obligations. But if you want to have it, just pay me what I have in it. And that's the purchase price. No more. I'm not going to charge for assembly. I'm just trying to help another person out, get into biking, and get their physical health in better condition than it currently exists today. My health is better than it was since I started riding, and I am happy for that. And I love riding. This other kind of riding I love doing too. But eventually we'll get this one back together. That's for another day. My dance card's always full. All right, let's get this one off the rack, unbox another one. I won't waste you guys' time with that. And then I got to get on to fixing my Impala. Yep. It's break time. All righty. Boss is cooking chili, which I'm excited about eating some chili. we'll talk to you later, and we'll be back on another video or later in this video. I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but it will. Folks, I'm throwing this section of video in here because I don't know where any of this is going to land video-wise, but where at in the video during the assembly process, I don't know. But what I do know is that after riding this bike, I rode it about trail riding, not mountain biking like they have in Asheville, North Carolina, and places like that, near Burn Peak and all these fancy mountain biking places. I live in Iowa. Mountains ain't a thing. We have some good little downhill places, some slalom, you know, nothing fancy. But anyway, I took this on its maiden voyage. I instantly liked how it handled compared to my 1998 mountain bike. And I have a significant amount of money in my 1988, 1999 Schwinn homegrown tomato carbon fiber 26-inch full suspension mountain bike. And I bought this bike for $498. So with that all being said out loud, a couple things I wanted to change here. Oh, that's tight. I got that uber tight. It's not an 8, is it? Nope, 6. I knew it. I knew it was a 6. But I had one thing happen on my ride that kind of shocked me. I thought I had this pretty tight, but my seat went from this position to break. And luckily, a couple of the guys I was riding with, I didn't have a toolkit on here yet. I haven't outfitted this up. I have since ordered a toolkit. And when I mean a toolkit, it's just a kit to hang back here, to have a foldable wrench. I think I got one here maybe. I got one in my bag. Oh, one of these. Just to have one of these foldable wrenches so I have all the tools on the bag with a little pump, maybe a spare tube, and that's about it. Maybe some tire spoons. So, but after sitting on this seat, it feels like it should be pretty good, but it doesn't really, excuse me, hit me right. And there again, this looks very similar. This is a little more, it's called a gel seat. It's soft. Soft doesn't always equal comfort. I just want to say that out loud so everybody hears it. Well, sometimes soft just means soft, and it, you know, let's just say it creeps up into places you don't want it to creep up into. So, but we're going to try this one. Obviously, I don't need this little 1972 mount. Since the seat post that came with the Ozark Trail was actually a pretty nice seat post. And pretty nice clamping system. And when I say nice, and nice is relative. You can get, I got a seat post that back in 1998 I put on my other mountain bike that cost $100. It's a Thompson ovalized internal seat post, which that means is this seat post is round on the inside, round on the outside, where the other one I got, they were a little bit smaller posts then, so this has got more strength to it. But I put that on backwards. It's ovalized, so the ID of the post was oval shaped, which allowed, I can't, it's all coming apart in my hand. The oval was on the inside, so it was thicker. On the inside, front and rear, which meant this side and this side, front and rear of it, was thicker, which, because I actually bent my seat post riding one time. So I said, hey, Mr. Steve at the bicycle shop, I need a seat post that ain't going to bend. What do you recommend? He goes, well, they cost a lot of money. And he wasn't wrong. It costs a lot of money. But never bent it. I'm feeling like a real klutz. We got Blake out here meowing and rubbing up all up on my leg. Hey, quit putting your teeth on me, though. That's where I draw the line, buddy. All right. Let's see here. I marked the seat post height with a Sharpie just to kind of get an idea of, so when I put it back in, it can be put back in properly where I want it. Now we're going to set this up approximately on the seat rails where the other one was. That's still level. I like it pointing down a little bit myself. All right, Blake, you're in a dangerous spot, buddy. You really, really are. All right, let's see if I sit here. Yeah, that's pointing way too far up. This might be okay at this level because of two reasons. One, I can't go any further. And level might be okay, but because I'm putting a higher bar on it, which will change my seating position. Plus, I'm probably going to lower this seat down a little bit. So we'll just weigh all those factors in. Let's go ahead and, that's as far down as that one can go. There, that's good. It ain't going to settle on me. Because what I did order is a new bar that's probably hard to see here. This has about 1.5 inches worth of rise to it. This has very little rise to it. And also the neck on this one's just short straight, and this is short, about a half again longer, but it's at a much higher angle upward. There again, I'm trying to change my seating position so it's comfortable for me. And folks, you're going to have to, when you get a bike, you're going to want to ride it, and you're probably going to make some fine-tuning adjustments like I'm doing. And I am by no means a professional, but I do know what I like. I've ridden enough miles to know what I'm willing to tolerate and what I'm willing not to tolerate. So we're going to back this off. I'll tell you what, I was riding my other bike, the green one over here to my left, and bearings had settled in on the neck. And it had a little clickety click click when you hit the brakes and stuff, so, but it wasn't severe. Wasn't anything I was too concerned about. But some of the parks I ride around in have these little tool stations, so I'm like, oh cool, I can make a quick adjustment. So I did. Got the clickety click out, but the problem I ran into is trying to get my handlebars straight again. And I was in a little bit of a hurry, and I tried 4 times to get that thing straight. And when you ride it, you know when it's not dead on. You can feel it. Felt like I was riding all the way home like this. That wasn't the case, but just felt that way. Let's see, we got to get the shifter off of here. That's loose. And the brakes. Now, one of the upgrades I think would be a really nice upgrade to this bike. There again, not a necessary, and I'm going to put a lot more miles on it before that even happens, is I could see disc brakes that are hydraulic would be pretty awesome. Looks like that comes right off, no problem. I don't know if I got enough cable to get this off without getting this up, so we'll go ahead and take this loose. And this works good sitting on the ground just because the front fork's not going to fall off when I pull this bolt out. I should be able to just lift that off, slide these off. Then I'll show you the difference a little more up close here so you can see if these are sitting the same, how much difference that's going to be. It's going to throw it forward a little bit, so it's going to, uncrowd the driver compartment, and it's going to throw it up away from me. And here again, this is the difference here. And these are very inexpensive. You can spend as little or as much as you would like on these types of things. Now I'm leaving these full width. I like the big old wide stance on it. Some people like to narrow them up. Some people go, oh, I got to take 5 millimeters or 5 centimeters or 5 millimeters off mine. I can't ride it. I got to trim. That's fine. Everybody has their preferences. I totally get that, and I couldn't agree more that you're going to tune it to what you like. I just like what I got here. Now that Huh, is it thicker? And this handlebars I'm taking off might be good for something else. I'm not tossing them away. Is that the same thickness? Actually, this one's just a little thicker. So I am going to remove one spacer because this top clamp isn't going to be clamping hard around this tube. So I can remove this top spacer here. There, that's, boy, I can almost get rid of two. Two is too many. But let me go. I got some carbon fiber ones. I had purchased 2 carbon fiber spacer kits when I was playing around with handlebars on another bike. And carbon fiber just looks cool. Wow. Just one of those will be just perfect, looks like. Almost too thick. Let's just keep playing a little bit here. So I'm losing some ground height-wise there, but we're not talking a tremendous amount. So those are all the same thickness. I do 2 of those is the same as that. I can live with that. That's mucho better. Now we got a little touch of carbon fiber. Real carbon. It ain't fake carbon fiber. It's real carbon fiber. Oh, I see what I did there. It settled down. I am going to need a little more spacer than I had there. It must have slid out a little bit. Now I'm pushing it back in. Okay. Okay. I hear what you're talking. I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
All right. What? I'm filming there, boss. You can't come in here just screaming at me. Huh?
I can.
Look what you made my bike do. Look what you made me do. What's going on? So she is 100% standard poodle.
45 to 60 pounds.
Yeah, that's where she's
Yeah,
at.
15 to 22. Lifespan is 12 years.
I thought you weren't going to get this for another week.
No, that's what they told me. Yeah, so Faye is 100%.
That's exciting news. Well, you just never know till you know, right?
Right.
Well, folks, and so what we just learned in the other videos you've seen we've got a dog. Her name is Faye. Somebody was rehoming them when we were on vacation down in South Carolina, and we were looking for Merc, a girlfriend, because we really like Merc, and he's never been fixed. Okay, let's see if this is going to work now. Still too much. I got to get that spacer just right. But so we did a dog DNA test. Obviously, when you fill out the DNA form, you don't tell them what kind of dog it is. They just report back to you what kind of dog it is. And we don't have AKC registered paperwork or any kind of fancy things like that because we're not that fancy.
Faye has them.
But we never acquired those paperwork from the people, so whether she has them or not doesn't do us any good, dear, right? Because we don't have the papers. But now she's supposed to be AKC registered is what they claimed. Purebred poodle, and now we know without a doubt that she is 100% poodle. Oh, now we can get the play out of it. All right, we're in good shape there. So that's exciting news. So now the one that we're gonna Mercury that we're gonna have be the daddy of his future babies with her. We also sent a DNA test in for him as well. And we'll be learning. There again, he looks like poodle. He looks like 100% poodle. Faye didn't look like 100% poodle. But she's a unique color called what, a merle? Yeah, merle, which is a very unique color. I don't know how rare it is. But Mercury's daddy is an apricot, or what's he called? Like an apricot, which is a very rare color. You know, you got white, you got black, you got party poodles, and you got apricot color. He's more or less a blonde dog. Not white, but blonde. And he's a rare color as well. So in Mercury's lineage is pretty cool color possibilities. Faye being a merle more cool color possibilities. So we're kind of excited about that's exciting news. So did you let Mom know yet? Is she excited about it? Why is she excited? She likes doodles.
She's just excited. She goes, I can't wait to see what they produce.
What they produce? Oh, same here. So we're going to have a litter of pups because I want to keep, we've got Mercury's daddy, we got Mercury, and then we're going to have one of his offspring. Mercury's 5 years old now, 5.5. So it's going to be fun to have his offspring and keep his lineage going because he's been an awesome dog. Faithful, just like most all good dogs are. And not to mention, just a frisbee catching fool and just follows you around. He is your best buddy always. As long as he's away from his sister. He's around his sister. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs comes out. My gosh. It's incredible how silly they get together. They run off. They'll run off on us. We actually had to get GPS collars for them just because when they're together, they become a pack and they just take off. And we tried using air tags. That only works when you're in the city and there's a lot of phones and stuff to let you know where they're at. We found out that didn't work. Okay, that feels pretty good. We're getting a pretty good seat position there. I think we're going to make some positive gains here on this beast. Make it more comfortable for the rider, which is moi. But yeah, pure poodle. Says the weight, what did that say, weight range?
45 to...
So she's a standard.
Yep.
Going by the DNA markers.
Yep.
This is a place we send the DNA off to in California.
Yeah, it's Embark.
It's called Embark.
Yeah.
Not advertising for those guys, so don't use them.
45 to 60.
45 to 60 pounds, and she weighed 40 what?
45.
45. 45 to 60. So she is the smaller side. Mercury is on the larger end of it, so hopefully get some average size. But
15 to 22 inches.
15 to 22 inches at the height of the shoulder. She's right there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, she's taller than 15 inches for sure. But
12 years.
but just a sweetheart of a dog. So she's been, those two personalities going together are just going to make a killer sweetheart of a dog. And if I know the boss well enough, when we breed them, we kept 2 puppies out of Riley's first litter. And if I know my boss well enough, if she has 4 or 5 pups, I have a feeling we'll end up with 2 more in our crew. Huh? You don't want one of her pups?
Not unless it's a unique color.
Not unless it's a unique color. Oh, we're going to base it on color, not just sweetness and just having some more killer. We're keeping one.
Yeah.
Because I got to continue Merc's lineage, whether it's male or female, I don't care. So, that's what's going on in the background of my life, guys. We're dog breeders now.
It's exciting.
But not really. But we just got our pets.
We have fun dogs.
We have fun dogs.
Okay.
All right, thanks, babe. Boss. Let's see if this will go in there. You guys saw that, didn't you? You saw what I just did again. I am highly distracted now. You gotta put the brake back on. Okay, brake, handle grip, bar end. Now I got my brain back together. Goodness. I haven't quite got this tightened. Yeah, I do. I got it kind of tight. I've got it kind of up and out here. I think that's going to feel pretty good for me. So let's go ahead and put these, I'm going to snug these back down. But the fun part about owning some of these bikes, riding them is fun. Modifying them is fun too. I enjoy that. I've said it before. I enjoy doing modifications on things. I find that just as entertaining. I get my lines lined up. I want it to look right. We staring at that going, who is the hoo-ha that did that way? Now, if you guys notice, I haven't put a rearview mirror on this bike because this bike is strictly mountain biking, off-road. It's not going to be, paved or gravel bike trails. It's not what this bike's designed for. It's not the intended use for it. And the only time this will go out on the road with me is when we're doing some mountain biking. Let's see if I can throw my old leg over there. Now that I got things stabilized a little bit. Kind of want to get a position. Get my... Now somebody did tell me, I went out and watched it. You don't want to get more than 2 fingers worth of. Be able to reach out there and get 2 fingers pretty easy on that. Some guys just do 1 finger, because bottom line is you want to still be able to. You want to have. So if I can reach out there and grab it with 1 finger, as long as the shifter is still easily accessible, I could go in a little bit further. I want to have it so I have 1 finger worth of grabbing. And that's just so I can have as much grip. So I can have all my hand on here and just do my braking with my 1 finger. Just get you a strong finger, your trigger finger. It might look funny having a gap there, but it feels right to me. I like it. After I learned that little bit of information, actually it made a lot of sense. And you know, you guys know I like to watch stuff and learn stuff, and I'm going to be a quick study on that. And then the shifter can go right up tight. I can still reach with my thumb and my trigger finger here for brake or shifting with ease. That works. We're good. We're so good. I'm worried that this bar is not being. I still got, this isn't that far out. I still got some pretty tight control here. So I'm pretty happy about that. So let's just say this whole thing's an iterative process. It's iterations. You saw that, didn't you? Quick draw tape McGraw here. We're about 1.25 inches there. This can go back. Oops. Oh. High centered. Oh. Is that 1.25 inches to the outside? 1.75 inches to the outside. It's got to go over some more. Kind of make them the same distance out. Same trigger finger. Rotating it down now. So they're both, when I look over the bar, I can see the same amount on both of them. You guys might think I'm being really picky, but well, that's because I'm really picky. That's all there is to it. All right. That's snug, that's snug. I think the seat's now a little high for me. I think we will de-juice that a little bit here. Because right now we're on the last mark. We're going to go into mark number 2. I think that's going to feel more right. Yep, more right. Actually, it looks more right. Let's see here, where I'm sitting here. I'm kind of watching my knee positions when I've got my ball on my feet on the pedals. Yeah, it needs to go back up some. But this part feels better. I'm actually sitting, yeah. Boy, I really want to get that seat the tip forward just a little bit more. Actually, if I slotted this out a little bit more so that screw could come back further this way, that would also work. To the die grinder. As they say, when in doubt, grind it out or ruin it. That should, there again, I didn't move it much. If I can get another groove or 2 out of it, that's all I'm after. This is the bike building area of the shop. This is the welding area of the shop. This is everything I do in the shop area of the shop. Okay. So that should allow me to get a little more tiltage. The seat, the initial feel of the seat when I sit on it felt pretty good. Oh yeah, I can aim this thing so far south now. That's definitely downhill now. Okay, I can live with downhill. I just couldn't live with level. Just a little too much pressure in the old nether gear if you're forward on the seat at all. This has got the relief in the middle to, you know, keep your bits and pieces from going numb. Okay, let's try that now. Back up a little bit. Back down. Okay. My butt's still a little sore from the ride the other day. Yeah, I don't like to be fully extended like I am on my road bike, because you're always doing this and this and this on the trail. So, but this feels pretty good. Okay. Took her for a little test ride around the yard, did a little climbing on a hill. Feels so much better. The handlebar position fits me better. There again, just a little bit of up, a little bit of rise in the bars. The width of the bars, I think, are pretty close to the same. Just out of curiosity, let's just double check that. Well, actually, these bars here are a good inch, 2 inches longer overall, and I actually like that. I like feeling like most people like the uptight, in tight, and a little bit. I like the broader feel, and a lot of that has to do with I'm a little broader in the shoulders this way, so it feels more like this and less like this, and I like that because I noticed when I was riding my other bike, this gravel bike that has the wider bars on it too, I've been having trouble with my hand numbness. And a lot of that can be seating position, how much pressure you're putting on your hands when you're riding, and all that fun stuff. But also this position here, opening up your chest here a little bit, the blood flow, everything feels a little bit better. Could be psychosomatic, I don't know. I like it. I'm down. Blake, you snuck back in. You're back rubbing on my leg again, buddy. Just go lay down on your little bed over there, buddy. That's all I want you to do. Okay, we got that tight. I was just double checking to make sure I got everything tight. Oh, handlebars I had snug. I didn't have it completely locked down. They are now. They will be now. Oh yeah, they ain't moving nowhere. Happy with that. Links for the bars will be down in the description of the video, or any accessories I've added to the bike. Like, I didn't put the factory pedals on it because they're plastic. I got a couple brands of pedals that I run that I'm really happy with. They're very free spinning. These are more sealed. Oh, anyway, the other ones I put on my other bikes, they're another brand. They'll both be listed below. They'll be right out of the box. They don't have as much seals in them, so they free spin a lot more. But there again, road bike versus mountain bike, I want a little more resistance on the seals. I want a little more keeping the dirt and debris out. Well, folks, hopefully this might be the end of this video. But if I do more riding and make more changes before I post this video, you might see some of that too. There is a lot of grease that they left from the factory on the front fork tubes, and they collected a lot of dirt. So I want to get that all wiped off before it gets down inside past the seals and does other damage. And there again, this isn't a what you'd call a high-end fork. It's a SR Sun Tour XCM 30. It actually rode pretty nice for what I was using it on. If I was doing serious downhill stuff, I think I'd want something a little better. This is going to work for me for a little while because of the type of riding I'm doing. I'm not getting aggressive. I'm not, doing 20-foot jumps and stuff like that. I want to do some jumps, but it is a long bike. When I got it on my bike rack, it sticks out of both sides of my car. All right, we'll park this one back over here, and it'll be ready to fight another day. Dun, dun, dun. Put that back right there. Oh yeah. my phone holder. I put it back on now. Dun, dun, dun. You guys think this is crazy, but I like having my phone on my bike. It covers my distance. I can listen to music when I ride. And this phone holder will be in the description as well. It works really well, even on rough terrain. It holds tight. Even has when you lock, you do that. There's actually a lock here that keeps it from doing funky stuff and letting go of your phone. All right, I'm out.